Hey guys, last time you saw me, I was still in Mexico and heading on my way to Indiana. Well, today is now the 28th. Today is Thursday. This vlog is gonna be it's gonna be a little long because it's gonna be 2 days worth of vlogging. I meant to do one Tuesday night, but things got crazy. And then last night I meant to do it, but I didn't get home until super late. So yeah, this 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 vlog right now is about how my day went Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do today, but I might not make a video later, but who knows. Okay, so let me spool you guys up. Tuesday, I left my house about 4 o'clock in the morning. With my mom, we get to the airport. We get to the American Airlines part of the airport, the gate, and we're getting myself checked in. And we're checking myself in, and the lady says that I had to fill out a paper. So I was filling that out, and then she said that I had to get a stamp from the immigration part in the airport. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. And then right before I'm about to get my boarding passes, and she's like, okay, so to finish the payment for the unaccompanied minor ticket, that'll be $127. And my mom looks at me. His dad was supposed to pay for everything. So we ended up calling up my dad, and he said he paid 700 something dollars, and then the lady said that's only for the ticket. The unaccompanied minor fee is $127 more. So, and we asked if he could pay over telephone right now, and she said no, it's too late to pay, that we have to board in a few minutes. So I said, okay, so if it's too late to pay, let's just get this stamp on my passport, and then I'll just fly alone by myself. I've been flying unaccompanied minor for, I don't know, 6 to 7 years. I'm pretty sure I can do it by myself now. I've had enough experience, I can find the gates. So I get on my first flight. I have my trumpet, which is my personal item, and my carry-on bag, which has all my clothes, personal items, toothbrush, whatever. And so I slide my trumpet under the seat in front of me, because that's where the personal item goes. And the carry-on is supposed to go in the overhead bin, which is a compartment right above your seat. My bag would not fit in the overhead bin, so it was in between my legs for about 2.5 hours. That was pretty uncomfortable. But I got through it. I think I dozed off on the flight. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. I didn't sleep the night before. So, I get off the airplane, and I'm following all these people, and I'm like, how do I get to the flight deck? How do I get to where all the other flights are? Because it's just, I come out, and I'm following all these signs, and because I came from Mexico, I crossed the border, I had to go through immigration checking. So I go there, and because I'm a US citizen, that made it a lot easier. All I had to do was like get my passport scanned and then show this guy a little card, and I was able to get through, and I got back to the flight deck. And finally, I got through security and everything. Man, it was a good thing, because when I got off my first flight, I had 3 hours until the next flight left. So that was really good. And I did everything. I got to my gate where Indianapolis leaves nearly 2 hours before it's supposed to leave. So I'm like, great, so I got 2 hours of free time. I sit down and turn my head, and as soon as I look to the right, there is a Taco Bell right there. I haven't been in the United States in over a year. Taco Bell was one of the only things that I missed. I'm sitting there with $5 in my pocket, and I'm like, okay, I got lunch. So, that was really lucky. And, really, really lucky. So, I had lunch, had a Nacho Bel Grande. Yeah. But the problem is, getting to my flight gate 2 hours early and getting lunch from Taco Bell seems too good to be true. Problem with life is, when something is too good to be true, it usually is. Once I finished my lunch, I sat there for about an hour and a half, and then I looked, and it said that the flight was delayed another hour and a half, so I'm like, great. And then I decided to have my bag checked, my big one that had all my clothes in it, because I knew it wouldn't fit in the overhead compartment. So, I had that checked, and about 5 minutes after I had my bag checked, I saw big red letters across my flight that said, "Canceled." First time flying alone, I am now stranded in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. This is what my brain is going through. I'm stranded in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. My flight is canceled. This is my first time flying alone. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Luckily, I was listening to the speakers and it said, this flight has been canceled. And to rebook the flight, go to C25. That was on the other side of the airport. Luckily, I got on the metro train that's connected to the airport and got to my C25 in probably 5 to 10 minutes. Even though I went pretty quick, there was still probably about a 2-mile long line. And man, my phone does not have minutes, so I could not call anyone unless I had internet. So I was there by myself, just hoping I could rebook my flight. I was in the line, and I got to the middle of the line with time, and I started talking to someone, and he's a real nice guy. He was going to Indiana. That was his final destination. And this flight is just, ugh. A lot of people were wanting to go to Indiana, and the flight was canceled, so the line was super, super long. He ended up letting me use his phone so I could call my dad. I was really, really lucky. So I called my dad and said, "Hey, Dada, do you know what's going on with my flights and everything? Because it was canceled and stuff." So he's like, "Oh, Gabriel, it's good to hear your voice." Anyway, turns out he had been talking to the airline for the past hour, trying to get me other booked flights. So I'm like, well, okay. So we got my flight, and turns out he was going to have me take a flight to Chicago, and then I'd take a flight from Chicago to Indianapolis, and I'd arrive in Indiana at about 11:50 p.m. I'm like, okay. And I finally get to where I could rebook my flight, and I'm telling her all what my dad told me, and she said, well, another flight ticket just opened up. You could leave in 3 hours to Indiana, and then you get to Indiana around 10:30. No, she'd say you'd leave at 6, and you get to Indiana about 9:30. I'm like, well, that's 2.5 hours better than what my dad had. Like, yeah, let's do it. So I got that flight, and she gave me a ticket that had $12 on it so I could get some more food to eat. So I was just sitting there. 3 hours went by, and the flight was delayed about... The flight was delayed another 30 minutes just because of the plane was taking longer. So, I get on the plane, so that's good. And I finally get to Indiana at around 10:50. And I get off my plane, I'm like, oh boy, they're gonna be I'm expecting to see my dad and brother. So I'm like, oh my, I haven't seen them in 2 years. They're gonna be right there. I'm getting off the plane, and then I exit the terminal, and I'm like, they're not here. So I don't know if you're hearing that barking, but I'm in my house, and my dad has 2 dogs. He has Juliet and Minnie. And here, let me see if I can introduce you to him. Juju, come here, girly. Okay, so I have to move the camera. Juju, come here, girly. Okay, come here. Juju, look at the camera. Come on. Look, so that was Juliet, American Pit Bull, and this is Minnie. Hi. Okay, go on now, go play. Okay, so pretty cool because Juliet's birthday was yesterday. She turned 7 years old. Okay, where was I? So I get off, I'm in the terminal, and my dad and brother are not there. Every time I've gotten off an airplane, someone's been there to pick me up, so I'm like, okay. So I follow the crowd for a few minutes, and then I just stop. I'm like, I gotta get internet so I can ask my dad where he is. So I finally get internet, I'm like, where are you? And he's like, go with the crowd, and you'll see us. So I'm following the crowd for like another 5 minutes, and I get to the food court of the airport, and they're there, and I'm like, oh my. So, yeah. They were happy to see me. It was a really long day. They've got me, they picked me up, got home, went straight to bed. Yeah. Anyway, now. So, that was the vlog for Tuesday, the 26th. The next video will be about Wednesday, the 27th. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next vlog.